How you doing, man? It's good to see you, Cole.
Doing great, guys. It's been a lot of fun. It's been very turbulent, but enjoying it.
Are you losing sleep over anything that's happened in the last few weeks? Seriously.
Yeah, no doubt. It's it applies quite a bit of pressure to everyone involved. I'm not alone in that. So yeah, losing some sleep. Young kids, I guess, in some ways has you prepared, but I'd much rather have the opportunities that we kind of have in this market with the prices doing what they're doing and what that means for, our business as well as others and try to capitalize on those and move on those rather than, a term of years in a row on end where there's just no volatility.
There's a lot of smiles and excitement in the chat. I'm just letting you know right now. People are pretty pumped. There's your smile. I love it.
Yeah.
Can we just get a baseline here? How is the demand now compared to, say, COVID? What are we looking at?
Yeah, so in terms of ounces, it's higher, and it's significantly higher. So COVID was a little bit more of a flash in the pan, and that problem became this a contagion issue very quickly because there were so many variables of logistics and minting and labor and people being shut down. So while there was a lot of demand, it was the demand thing was a little bit more short-lived and there was so little supply because of the issues with labor and things that it kind of just created it was almost more intense in some ways, but for a shorter duration. Whereas this is more, I'd call, really healthy price activation, market involvement, getting people that have been holding it back in to sell. We're going to talk about that. And there's a lot of people that still understand that this isn't necessarily the top. Stop trying to call the top. And maybe it's still an opportunity to get in while premiums haven't really uncoupled
Ooh.
completely from, the price of the asset itself. Because we've seen that happen too, where premiums get double spot. It's happened before. We're not even close to that now, but that's what happens whenever demand kind of persists.
Well, I mean, you're talking about premiums. If you look at it from a percentage point, premiums are extremely low. I feel like on silver, I mean, when silver was 20 bucks an ounce, you had to pay, sometimes 3, 4, $5 over for a
Yeah.
round. And now you're paying like, maybe about the same,
Yeah.
but it's a 5% premium with the $100 silver.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So it's been turbulent in a lot of different ways, but look, the headline is there's a ton of good to massive sized fish that are coming into the market, and it's plenty of people that are placing smaller orders too. A lot of new customers, a lot of people that are new to precious metals. Hopefully, some people watching this are new to precious metals. My guess is not a ton, but it's that's what the data shows, and there's just a lot of activity on a two-way basis. So that's kind of where we have the messages out going out to customers. But hey, we're a little bit backed up on processing. We can get into all that. So, but we've really dug out of that hole, to be honest with you. And
Oh, good.
I wouldn't say we're completely in the clear, but in terms of meeting our exacting standards on timing of processing, but we're much closer now than we were like 2 weeks ago. So
Great. Lots to talk about. I am going to constantly watch the chart if it gets really, really close,
We're
Dragons.
close.
I mean, if it's 99.9, we're going to break into whatever it is that we're talking about, right?
Yeah, we gotta look. Yeah, it's bouncing around. Silver's within a dollar of 100, so we'll
yep,
keep an eye on it.
And in Shanghai, I'm looking at this chart too. I got to bring this one up for people to see too. So this website that you just sent to me, thank you very much, my friend.
Yep.
98.64 on this one. 107.
Yeah. If they go to 110 in Shanghai, it's a certainty we're going to 100 here. I mean, you better believe it.
Wow.
Yeah. It's kind of weird to see such a decoupling. Can you talk to that at all, Cole? Like, why are they paying so much more for silver in China? I mean, it seems like a big gap.
yeah, I don't have the best visibility into that, but supply and demand, I would say, almost certainly applies. Whenever you can't get material in at a price that basically satisfies existing demand, and the price goes up. So whenever you see the price up, that tells you what the demand is like in that sector. We've seen this happen before in other parts of the world. There's dislocation between London and New York. There's increased demand at times for certain holidays and times of the year, for example, India,
Yep.
and that drives prices. Australia's seen the same thing. The UK had a ton of demand at various points last year as they were about to kind of pass some different taxation things. So the spot delta is a little bit different, but supply and demand. I mean, if you're just looking at the U.S. based paper price, I'd say you're missing a big part of the picture, because that's begun to tell you, a story that the rest feels like it's already written out to a degree, and we just
Right.
haven't turned the page yet.
I think we're decoupling on a geopolitical level. Nations are decoupling.
Mm.
Nations want to have their own resources, their own precious metals, base metals, their own, rare earth metals. Everyone's rushing to hold it. You know what our mantra has been: if you don't hold it, you don't own it. I think that's what's happening in the national level or international level.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right. So you did say something else, Cole. You said the word healthy.
Mhm.
I've been arguing, at least on my channel, that the price that we're seeing is definitely healthy. I think it could be a lot healthier, a lot higher. I think it should be a lot higher, but I don't know about the pace.
Mm.
This seems to be a little unhealthy. Shouldn't we have a good few weeks, maybe a month, of just trading sideways? Let it stabilize, form a base, let it start, and then take the next leg up. What do you think?
I mean, I'd say we don't get to pick. It's been suppressed for so long
True.
that,
Yeah.
a breakout and then saying, well, hold on the breakout. Um, I understand that it's like someone whenever they're 14, and then 14-year-old kid growing to where he's 18, is playing basketball, all of a sudden he grows like a foot, and they struggle to dribble. Like, I understand healthy growth and what that can mean, and healthy growth in the metals market.
Right.
It allows people time to kind of react, but to be honest, like that, there's never going to be this perfect setup where everyone feels, hey, we're completely prepared for whatever can come. That's not really how this market works. That's not how the industry worked, and that's not how price realization has worked for silver over the last 15 years. So I'll say I'll take what we can get and move as needed. Right?
I do think, though, one of the impacts on this type of volatility is, especially with local coin shops and buying customers silver,
Yeah.
is that they need to hedge. They are in dire straits, some of them, and either they shut down,
Yeah.
say I'm not buying anything, or it's going to
Yeah.
be way back a spot. And I
Yeah.
think
Mm.
that might stop, or at least get better, if there was a period of consolidation.
You would think. I'm not so confident. And
Mm.
by the way, maybe we are. Or is this all still pre-show, or is this?
Oh no,
No,
we
we're
are live
going.
now, man.
We're
We just gotta
going.
Okay, I
welcome
was
to
like, this is some good
SilverPros.
stuff.
We're getting into it.
We are. I
Uh,
didn't do any formal announcement. My bad.
no, no,
Welcome
no,
to
no. You're fine.
SilverPros, everyone.
This is season 8. We're gonna do things a little bit differently this year.
Yeah, and also just with the
Getting ready
price
for it.
action is kind of, it's like, squirrel. I'm a
Yeah.
little bit like distracted, but we should introduce you a little bit better. This is Cole
No, you're
Keller,
fine.
the COO of SD Bullion. You've been with them for quite a while, haven't you, Cole?
Yeah, it's 2018, I think, is whenever I
Yeah.
started, and I was in the industry for about 5 years before then too. So yeah, I've been doing it for a little while, but yeah, I've run kind of the trading and the sales and merchandising side of things for us.
You have quite the fan base. One of your biggest fans is Tim Marshner. He can't say enough about you. I gotta call Cole.
Tim's
Cole
the
knows
man.
his stuff. Tim, he loves you, bro.
Tim's busy. I talked to
Oh,
him last week, maybe the week before,
yep.
and it was, you guys will get a kick out of this. We were actually, so we're very busy on the bullion front, and so while we're definitely trying to hire up in the facility to ship more orders and receive more packages and do everything that comes in between that, we're also looking to continue. I mean, anyone that's tried to contact us via the phone in the last couple of weeks that's watching this will probably say an amen as I say this. We understand our wait times have been longer than what we've wanted, so we're trying to add headcount there. And I was in the middle of an interview, and Tim had just called me back, and so I just kind of had a 10-minute conversation with Tim right then because I knew the other guy in the interview could kind of keep it going. But I mean, during that 10-minute phone call, Tim had at least 6 people call his, um, business, just trying to look to follow up on something or get a quote on something.
Not surprised.
And I told him like, dude, I don't know how you're doing it. But yeah, that's you pointed to that's a constraint. The price action is a constraint on small dealers. It's a huge constraint on them. It's a constraint on everybody because 99.9% of the industry operates using and utilizing credit lines. Well, the credit lines are in terms of dollars. They're never in terms of ounces. So whenever the price of something like silver goes from $30 an ounce in early 2025 to now it's knocking on the door of $100 an ounce, you effectively have less than a 30-year credit line to work with to just service your business. What does that mean? The amount of inventory that you can borrow, excuse me, dollars that you can borrow or have available at your disposal to pay for purchase orders, to schedule larger purchase from refiners, mints, things like that, to hold inventory. All that costs money if you're going to have a claim to it, especially in this market. And that just becomes 3 times more expensive at least because the dollar, you're not increasing your credit line, just goes a third as far, right? And then there's the other component, which hedging costs, because cost of capital and margin requirements are now more significant as well. So whereas normally people have a set rate that they understand they can short their position, if you're a market participant and you have 10,000 ounces of silver, most of the people in the market don't want to outright own 10,000 ounces of silver or 100,000 or a million. They'll have that much, and then they'll have paper contracts shorting the equivalent amount. Well, the margin requirements on that paper now have tripled. So you got to have more money there to service all that. So it just, to your point, the growth element is unique, and that's where it really hinders people, like you said. But to be honest, that's why there's still some deals available for customers that still blow my mind.
So
we launched a silver round deal where we're selling them, I think, at $3.50.
ooh,
I personally wouldn't mind holding 10,000 ounces of silver. Okay, but okay, we got to get a little bit more to the framework of the show. I know there's a lot of new people. We almost have 2,000 people watching, but
wow.
look, this is SilverPros, and Yankee, we're going to be doing a giveaway, are we not?
Yes, we are.
Free silver tonight.
Sponsored by SD Bullion. Thank you, Cole. But maybe we have a special, possible extra giveaway.
Ooh,
Yes.
I like that.
I know.
I'm sure we'll do it.
So what do you have for us tonight, Cole?
Yeah, so we're talking about it, and we launched for the first time, and we've been working on this one for the better part of 2 years, where it's tricky to get the designs down, to get the artistry done, the packaging done. Anyway, we finally took it to market. It's the Awakening sub-series called the 7 Deadly Sins, and coincidentally, I actually have my set arrived today. So if you're on the homepage of our website, sdbullion.com, there's a couple banners. You'll kind of toggle through them, just the main things that you're seeing advertised to you. It's in spot number 5. You see 7 Deadly Sins. It's the second release of the series in the Gluttony. So here's what we're doing. There's 7.
Whoops.
This reverse proof. Go ahead.
I just started playing the video that was on the bottom left. I'm like, oh, that's tempting, but no, I won't.
It's a good video. No, there's 7 individual
videos.
pieces as a part of the series. Each piece is a 5-ounce numbered reverse proof strike. And so what we're gonna do tonight, and this is more of a Hail Mary. I get it. In the event that we sell 10 sets tonight, then we'll give away one of the so this first release was Lust. We'll give away a Lust, which is worth almost $600
Wait,
as the
wait.
price runs up.
You're giving away lust on my
Only,
channel.
only if
So
we
Mrs.
sell.
Yankee should not be anywhere near the studio.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Just checking. So wow.
So I can monitor that set is the coolest thing. So
they got to buy the 7-piece set, right?
correct. If we sell 10 of those, then I'll give away one of the lust.
All
So
right.
I got mine in today. And it's kind of hard because the lighting's not the best I get of the camera resolution. But so what we wanted to do here, we based all the designs off of a 16th century French sketch artist. Whenever I saw it, I was like, that's really, really good. It's in a different type, like of medium. I'm not going to be confused for an artist, but I'm like, these would work in coins. I just know it. And so that's really what we set out to do. Engaged an artist to start working with them. And so I'll just cover my face here, do everyone a favor. If you open it up, you kind of see there's a spot for each one, and there's the packaging. You can kind of clip each one of them in and out. You house it. Doing a terrible job here.
And they got their own individual capsules.
Sorry,
too.
I'm a little distracted. Mrs. Yankee heard me say that. She opened the door and she's
my
looking
gosh.
at me like, wait, what? I'm like, look at this. Look, he's showing it right here.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
amazing.
neat, huh?
So, and the video does a good job. There's great images, like I said, but they all come in there,
Wow.
and each one of them has a spot. And so, if you buy a set, though, there's only going to be 400 total sets with matching numbers in the world. Period.
Okay.
That's it. One of 400 is really, really cool. The
Yep.
Awakening program has been super popular. That you can see the other designs in the category if it's new to you. But I'm not anticipating necessarily that we sell that.
That would
So
be a lot
that
of
we don't.
that'd be a lot of silver to give away. 5 ounces at the price that we're at.
Yeah,
now.
we were
Wow.
talking about that earlier. It's an ounce of silver giveaway used to be $30. Now more than 3x. So if we sell 10 sets during this show, then we'll go ahead and give away one of the Lust releases. But anyway, one a week is all we're releasing. So it's a 7-week program, and we're already 2/3 of the way through the sets. So my guess is within about 2 weeks, maybe a week or two, depending on how it goes, we'll be over and done with. The only way to get a matching number set is if you've already bought it. And so the packaging alone is amazing. It makes you feel like you're holding a really high-end book.
Well, thank you.
If
Appreciate
we
it.
don't hit the goal, what's the backup giveaway? What are we doing?
We got backup?
Yeah, we were talking about that, Yankee. You have that?
I don't have that. You're going to have to tell me what that is. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, it's perfectly fine. We were talking about doing a half-ounce silver round.
What kind? I don't.
I haven't even looked through the
Dealer's
there
choice.
you go. Dealer's
It'll
choice.
be a
It'll
random.
be a surprise.
It'll be
surprise.
good. We're not gonna find something
Sweet.
off underneath the forklift.
It's still
and send
50
it out.
bucks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still 50
it's
bucks.
crazy.
I mean, think about it.
You gave away. You're right. I remember you giving away an ounce at that price. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Now a half ounce is $50. That's crazy.
amazing.
Amazing how that changes. All right.
amazing.
So, well, thank you for that. We'll definitely do it. And I do need to tell people how, right?
So how
So,
do they enter?
yeah. So I'm going to throw a link up on the in the chat here, and my mods can help me out later on. This link is to my last video. And what you need to do is you're going to need to leave a comment on that video. I haven't decided
What's
yet.
the keyword?
What's the keyword? What should we do? Epic or record? Is that a good one, do you think?
There's going to be a lot of people that already have that in
Yeah,
100?
you're right.
they're going to have that in there too.
What's a
How
good
about
one?
season 8? You could do that.
I want it one word.
Awakening.
That's a good one.
Awakening.
It's
Let
kind
me
of
see.
they could spell that, right?
I know, right? I should put it in the awakening. You got to spell it right.
I
Let
always
me-
think about it because I personally am such a bad speller. My wife, I have to ask her on all my thumbnails.
I'm
Did
horrible.
I spell that right?
I know. I've messed up before. So right here, I'll just stick it. I'll stick the words in there. No quotes, but that's the word, awakening. And there's the link. And we'll do that later on. I'll remind you, new people that might be coming in too. I want to make sure that people know. But there's the link to the
And-
video. They just need
and
to
so
leave a
it-
comment with that in there, awakening.
Yes,
That's it.
on that video.
Right.
And I do want to mention we are going to be doing a live Q&A here with Cole, so stick around for that. But we do have a few other things we need to talk about.
Oh,
I mean,
and not in this chat, guys. Not in the chat,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the
In the video,
video, that
correct.
link. All right. They're
Can
just
we
having
can we
fun
get
in
to
the
some of
chat.
these topics,
Sure.
Yankee? I know
Yep.
a lot of people have been asking me, they've been asking you. It's a big thing. What's going on with the shipping? Can we break that down a little bit more, Cole?
I guess more specifically, how quick are orders going?
Delays.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
what kind of a delay? Like if someone were to order one of these sets,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
tonight, what are
Yep.
they looking at?
Yeah. So I'll tell you right now, I ordered mine whenever we launched it, and mine shipped, I think, 4 days later. And it wasn't jumping the line by any stretch. So we're very, very, very close to normal processing times. I wouldn't say we're there yet, but let's say our normal processing times we say on the website are 2 to 3 business days, depending on your payment method.
Mm-hmm.
Each payment method is a little bit different, and that's critical for people to kind of understand that it can result in things intentionally because of how banks work, intentionally being held up for funds to release. But I'd say we're right now roughly 1 to 3 days behind kind of what our standard is, which is very close. And we may be kind of out of that hole by the end of the week. We'll see.
That's good. Now, what was it like, Cole,
Yeah.
during this insanity? Like, especially around Christmas, right? And it started. You had holidays. What went on in there?
Yeah.
I've been to it. Silver
Oh
Dragons,
yeah.
and I've been there,
We've
so
seen it.
I'm imagining what it
Yeah.
was like in there. Go ahead.
Yeah. So everyone that works in any sort of kind of related industry, it's kind of difficult to say what would be related, but you understand how little sometimes people in general work around the 2 weeks before and during Christmas and New Year's. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people have scheduled time off. There's travel. You have, of course, 2 holidays in there. You have businesses have to shut down for year-end inventory, which everyone kind of across the space had to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's a quarterly thing to make sure you do that, and it's never convenient. And then there's also the fact that you don't want to go ship large truckloads full of metal. And have it in limbo over a 2 day holiday, a Christmas Eve and a Christmas Day, just sitting in a warehouse. That presents a lot of risk. So as
Mm.
a result, you have people in an elevated business environment, which we were in by a factor of at least 3x, where we're doing more, need more metal, need to ship more metal, need more hours to people to ship, need more hours people to receive, whatever. And then there was this window of approximately 10 days where there was just a lot less inventory actually coming in because of these natural barriers that kind of come every year around that time. And so that really kind of threw a wrench into it. And so, we've done, and the team's worked extremely hard to hire quite a bit of new staff up in our fulfillment center. And so our capacity is really, really good, pretty top notch. And processing times, like I said, it gotten better. Our call handling has gotten better as we've added a little bit of headcount there. But we were flying people from our office in Texas up to Michigan, where the fulfillment center is, and saying, "You're just working in the vault now. Normally, that's not what you do, but." You're going to learn, and you're going to be there for a couple weeks. And we pulled several people from different parts of the business and just sent them up there strictly to focus on operations and kind of digging out of a little bit of a backlog. And I'd say like I said, we're not 100% out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So don't hold me to it, but we're very close. And I'd say assume while not exactly normal processing times, maybe 1 to 3 days beyond that. I'd say on average.
Are you buying a lot of silver?
It's got to be a
So
lot.
much. There's so much. I mean, we can't answer the phones fast enough. To be honest with you, so maybe I give you two guys a headset and have you buying some of it. But
It'll all make its way to my house, unfortunately.
yeah, here's the shipping address.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're buying really a tremendous amount. I don't think that's going to change. There's a lot of people that are understanding of kind of what our process is to sell to an online dealer, and it's relatively simple. Get us on the phone, agree to the price and terms, lock the trade, and then assuming you're interested, we'll send you a label. We can also send you a kit, which I highly encourage everyone to do. If you're interested in selling,
Yeah.
take us up on the opportunity to use what we call a packaging kit. We take a hard case, black monster box that we have custom made that we ship out our Truth Coin series in, the 1 ounce bullion coins, which by the way are launching in about 3 to 4 weeks. The next one, the first one in 2026. But we ship you that. We ship you the label. We ship you packing materials. We make it very easy, and there's also instructions in there. Because really, what you're worried about if you're, then shipping it off to us and looking to get paid once we receive it is I want to make sure it gets there safely. And people sometimes don't take the necessary amount of time and consideration there to really follow all packing instructions fully, because we make those very explicit, and that's basically what we're forced to do based off of our experience with shipping companies and carriers and insurance companies and everything else. They don't just insure things just because you said, yeah, I think this was in there. That's never how it works. You got to prove it. And you got to show evidence that it was packed the right way and handled the right way, dropped off at the right location and weighed the right amount, and all these other things that go into it. So it's actually pretty simple, but there's so much material coming back at every level of the market. There's some people that understand our process, and there's some people that would rather go to a guy down the street.
Right.
And some guys down the street, operate different than others, and every local coin shop is different. But I'd say in general, people find that we are very competitive, if not more competitive on premium than those outfits, which is why you would choose to just engage, directly with us. But that's kind of a sidebar.
Okay. There was a lot of things we wanted to make sure that we talked to you about, Cole, and I am so interested in the gold silver ratio. There's some stuff floating around. There might be some whales wanting to do some trades. I just have to say, I personally have already done 2 trades, silver to gold, one on camera, one
Really?
off camera. Yeah, but I personally have done it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm happy with what I did so far. But what are you seeing out there? What are you hearing?
Yeah, so we have a lot of people doing they're selling us material back, and then they're turning that into, other material. They'll do it for silver to gold, and they'll do it from gold to silver. But there seems to be this, pile up of people waiting outside the door for what a gold silver ratio of closer to $40 would be. And at that point, there seems to be quite a bit of money. I'd say quite a bit of ounces that are completely comfortable to at that point transition their silver position and turn that into, a gold position of equal or greater value, right?
A
And so
GSR of 40 is sort
yeah,
of like a target you're hearing?
that's the number that I've heard from some of our, bigger clients. They'll communicate that to whoever it is they're talking to on the sales team, and eventually it kind of will make its way one way or the other, around the business. And so, that puts us right on the doorstep of that. And so there's basically this tidal wave that's just kind of hanging out, saying if silver goes up another 10, $15, boom, we're ready to go. And so those are people that either have it at their house or they already have it in the depository or in their IRA. There's just a lot of ounces there sitting there keeping a close eye on that. And if it's happening with us, then everyone else has got to be looking at it at other levels of the industry too, right? It's not like it's only going to be exclusive to us. That's going to be a very popular trade, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, this is something Yankee has been saying for a while, that when we want to trade our silver for gold, there might not be too much gold out there. But for example, at SD Bullion, you guys have a lot of gold available, and you're able to source more, right? If people want to place orders online, like it's not going to
Yeah,
be like unobtainium, right?
Not yet, right?
def, de no, it won't be. Not for if we see an environment where the gold silver ratio crosses 40, and let's say that the feedback we've gotten is true, and there's a lot of ounces waiting, and then it keeps climbing and it gets to 30, and then it gets to 20. Well, then we could see a scenario where there's really not much gold around and the premiums are
Wow.
bonkers. We could see that if
Okay.
it continued. But yeah, our supply network is maybe the best overall kind of I'd put it up against anyone's in the industry. We work directly with all the sovereign mints, and so the sovereign mints continue to produce bullion coins, bars, and everything like in between. And so I have no concern about our ability to procure and service that business if people want
Yep.
to do that. There's a lot of good inventory out there that still is at. I understand the metals are themselves high and they feel high, but you zoom out and you look at a price chart and you look at history, it doesn't really feel so high. And the premiums are still, there's a lot of premiums that are still very, very gettable.
So Steve,
Browns, bars,
yep.
90%,
Steve,
specifically
I
90%.
want you to answer this question because Steve Gilbert asked me, Yankee, define whales, please. People that are buying what?
How
100,000,
big?
250. Yeah, define, help
Million?
us. Yeah,
Gotta be
million.
a
What are we
million,
doing
right?
Yeah, dollars?
here? Yeah. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
Yeah. Well, look, I wouldn't put myself in that camp, so I'm not, insulting someone else's ability to stack or insulting their unit. I'd say I wouldn't use the term whale for the business unless they were talking closer to 10 million than zero
Wow.
in a transaction. And so, but
Whoa.
we've had some clients that have had significant positions in sovereign silver positions that look at the price, look at the historical charts, and have decided to, okay, I'm ready to liquidate. And we had one person, double the amount of metal they were going to buy as we had the truck there picking it up. Or excuse me, not buy. We were buying it. They were selling it to us. So, hey, here's another couple thousand pounds of metal. And so it's that type of activity that's going on, which it really won't shock anyone. It doesn't negatively impact anyone. We want that activity. That's healthy. But yeah, there's big money coming in and it continues to come in. And there's some big money that's new that continues to kind of float in. And then people that have been in the space that maybe weren't whales originally, well, look at the price. Now they're whales. If they sell it, they're a whale now because it's up. There was a guy that sold a lot of silver that got into it, I think, 15 years ago, and so it's gone up quite a bit. That's a whale transaction.
Wow. I saw a $10 super chat. By the way, guys, we will have a Q&A portion with Cole coming up.
Like
Coming
5
up.
minutes.
5
We're
minutes.
almost
5
there.
minutes. But thank you for that. I got to put him at the front of the line, Eric. $10 super chat. I was looking at the SD Bullion site today, and I noticed right next to the Yankee Tim round, a Silver Dragons round. How long has that been out? What's up? Then he asked for a giveaway from it, but I don't know, man. That's that. When did that come out, man?
Look, it's been out for a few weeks now,
Okay,
and
good.
I did mention it in one video. But
Yep.
look, I mean, here's the thing: those Silver Dragons rounds, the Yankee stacking rounds, it's all cool, man. It's
all
great.
fun.
It's fun stuff.
Yeah.
If people want to have fun with it, yeah, go for it. You give it away as a gift or what have you. I've given some away. I think they're great. But you know what the thing is, when it comes to stacking, I think there's a lot of stuff out there that we're seeing that we haven't seen for a long time. A lot of premium stuff where I'm saying premium stuff, but cool silver that's actually kind of affordable now. And I do want to get into premiums. I want to ask you, Cole, do you think premiums are going to go up if we continue to see a lot more buyers?
Yes, I do. All the main mints are, and by the way, I just refreshed while you guys were talking. I refreshed kind of to see if some of these Seven Deadly Sins sets have sold, and we have a couple that have sold. So great job, guys. Hats off to the chat. And so yeah, I think premiums are going to go up if we see this momentum have continue to have legs. It's had significant legs so far, but mints are already on allocation. Major sovereign mints are on allocation, private mints are on allocation. And so everything that they can possibly produce in the next month and a half or 2 months has basically already been bought. So if we see demand continue, and that's with a ton of secondary supply already trying to feed it. But everyone makes the mistake of hearing, oh, there's a bunch of material being sold back, there's a bunch of material being sold back, therefore, the availability of the prices are gonna have to come down. No, relative to the amount of new sales is still a much smaller number. So the sales are going to dwarf the amount of material that's being sold back in general. So that points to opportunities for premiums to continue to get wider. Yeah, in the short term.
Wow.
People are maxed out on production.
You can only make so much, so yeah, something's gonna have to happen. And by
Yeah,
the way,
and lease rates continue to be high, and guess what? Everyone shut down their minting operations at the end of the year, domestic and abroad, and with the cost of capital and cost of leasing, they didn't want to have a ton of silver on the shelf because that's expensive to have.
Yeah.
So without sales against it, that's a really good way to find yourself underwater on a P&L while you're just away on holiday. So people closed out the year with what they thought they would sell, and they didn't really have a whole lot of excess material built up behind that. And so it's not like it's just turning on a switch. You got to go order more silver. You got to get the blanks. You got to get, but everyone's trying to do that. So, it's just not really there.
And by the way, I just wanted to mention I haven't brought it up yet until now, but I'm going to be posting on February 9th. I believe it's a Monday. The Perth Mint behind the scenes tour. I finally got approval from the
Yes.
government. So it's going to be coming out. I literally show
Finally.
the silver kangaroos, the gold kangaroos being made
Wow.
at the mint.
Oh,
It's all behind the scenes. No public is not allowed in there. It's like a 15-minute video. It is jam-packed. I show colorized coins, everything. So you're going to want to watch that one. It's coming out on February 9th, so stay tuned.
dude, I've
That's
been
exciting.
waiting for this. I'm so
it's
jacked.
insane, dude.
Oh,
The video
I can't
is so
wait.
insane. I can't believe how. Yeah,
I hope
it's
it gets
cool.
1 million, 2 million views because it deserves it. Wow.
Yeah,
Cool.
thanks, man.
By the way, can I just show you what's going on? This is the this is the graphic definition of resistance, my friend. 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. 8
Look at
o'clock.
that
Go look at it.
wall.
Boom.
Look at that. Hit 99 though.
You got up there.
Right about there, yeah. We'll see where the price of silver goes. And look, we knew there's going to be resistance at 100, but once it pops through, I mean, oh my goodness.
Resistance is
Just wait.
futile.
Yes. Are we going to get to the Q&A here? Can we open
We're
it up?
almost there. Almost there. I'm just checking over my notes. You talked about premiums. We talked about GSR. Yeah, I think we can open it up. By the way, no, I got to ask Cole one more question here, man.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we're in a silver mania yet?
No, not yet. I think these are the big kind of foundation laying blocks, if you will, towards a mania. But we've seen the parabolic move in price over a shorter period of time. And while it would feel like mania, for me to call it mania would kind of imply, in my opinion, by that definition, that I think it's exorbitant or unnecessary or overpriced, almost invalid, like a balloon, right? I don't really feel that that's what we're in. I don't feel like it's a balloon. I don't feel like it's a bubble.
Okay.
And so I think that what the mainstream media coverage of silver, if it eclipses $100 an ounce, the psychological impact of that will be materially different than whenever you're around the Christmas table saying silver's at whatever it was then. Was it 70 something, I think? That's just a different thing, and you'll see a whole nother wave of people come in. I think at that point, we start to kind of use the term mania whenever there's every product available is out 8 weeks from shipping, just because there's so much demand.
Okay.
And that is possible. We've seen that before.
Yeah, I think there is a variety of ways to define it, and there's factors involved. One of the ways I see it is the old shoebox, or I'm sorry, the shoe shine boy, who was talking about stocks back before the big crash, right? The mania that set in everybody and their brother, and people who have never. Oh, did you buy any silver? Oh, I gotta get some silver.
drivers.
Cab
Yeah.
drivers, right?
Yeah, Uber.
Uber's right. Yeah, Uber's now. But have you?
Yeah.
I mean, I am hearing and seeing things now. Granted, I don't tell many people that I'm a stacker. I try to
Right.
keep that close to the vest. But anybody that is very close, inner circle, they're like, "Wow, I
They're
should have bought
talking
it."
about it.
They're talking about it. Do you feel that way too, Dragons? Are you getting people?
Oh my gosh. I'm getting my high school buddies, how do I get silver? Some of them don't even know that I, buy silver, but they're bringing it up. I'm starting to hear
Really?
it, you're hearing it around the poker
Interesting.
table. You're
Yeah.
hearing it from, family, and people are interested. I don't think we're in mania yet. I think if we could see silver get through 100, get to like 150, and
All right.
then keep charging, I think maybe we could be there, but I think it's still early.
Okay. Few things. I'm gonna post the Q&A, get that going up here at
Yeah,
the very
let's do it.
top. You can switch from live or top over to questions and start putting your questions in the chat, I also wanted to reiterate that at the top there is a giveaway link. That link is to my last video. Leave a comment on that video with the word awakening. Awakening.
That's how you get in the giveaway.
That's how I'll draw.
That's the only way.
That is. That's the only way. All right. So do that. And also some super chats came in that I might have missed here. At least one I see earlier from John Ruck. Good mod. Thank you. Good to see you, John. Best part of SD Bullion boxes has John 3:16 on it. I couldn't agree more with that. Thank you
it's
so
like an
much.
In-N-Out cup.
Right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You don't know much about
fantastic.
that, Yankee, on the East Coast. The In-N-Out.
Well, I've heard of it,
cup.
but I don't go. Yeah,
They
I've
got
heard of
John
it.
3:16 on the bottom.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. Q&A here. Now I'll have to read some of these, but you can watch in the chat if there's a straight question in there too.
Yeah, of course.
And super chats always get bumped to the front. That's just the way it works. And on our live stream here, we got Silver Dragon rounds. Seems to come from the Steve Gilbert really likes your rounds, man.
Oh, good.
Seems to come from the same mint as mine. Looks like it.
Yeah, it's got the same mint mark on it.
Highland
I
Mint?
think everyone knows it's Highland Mint.
Yep.
So yeah, but they're very cool round, and it's the first Silver Dragons round ever released forever in the whole world for all time. So
I'm
first
buying
one ever.
one. I'm definitely buying one.
Enjoy it.
Let's see. Will Yankee still be giving away an ounce for every 100 donated on live streams? Well, that's my podcast not happening today. But thank you. Do you know?
Yeah, I'd like to enter to win that one, Yankee.
Yeah, right.
You tell me where to go.
What's the day-to-day insanity like behind the scenes at SD Bullion with production?
Great question.
With production,
Yeah.
I want to make sure I'm.
Well, operations maybe. Operations, fulfillment. Yes,
Yeah. It's a lot. You're all at the same time. You're trying to hire more. You're trying to work more people, more hours. You're trying to explore having a third shift operating. How do you have every inch of the facility being kind of maximized, and what are people doing that's efficient, and what do we need to kind of look at, and what are our kind of key performance indicators to tell us how we're doing, and where can we shift attention. And then, like I said earlier, there's the opportunity which we've acted on to send some people from different parts of the country that are affiliated with the business up to specifically to just work to service orders, inbound and outbound. So I'd say, mayhem is a really good word. They're extremely busy. If you probably come within 100 yards of the building, you'll feel the heat coming off of it just because it's that busy. There's that much activity, but it's a good problem to have. Everyone would prefer that versus the contrary. So thanks for people being patient and working with us. And I think for our processing times are, like I said, pretty close to back to normal, and we'll be more staffed up on the phones here shortly in the coming days to be able to service more calls there. And yeah, business as usual. Keep on keeping on.
All right. I sent you, by the way, some questions there. I texted it to you. SD.
Oh, great. Yeah.
When's the next Commander series released?
Oh my gosh.
Are you going to break that news for us?
Yeah, we have something. We have something coming soon.
Okay.
Now, how soon falls into the camp of where's production at Scottsdale Met and other places on getting things out the door. So I don't truly know, but something's coming soon. We have the whole thing mapped out. And so it's a lot of fun. It's been extremely popular, and thanks for people's support. That's another program you're like, man, the premium feels on a percentage basis really, really, really low. Well, it is now. So, hats off to you. Go enjoy and get you some.
You're going to have a hard time topping the last one, man.
Washington. I'm looking at mine right now, by the way.
It's incredible. All right.
We got a really, really good question here.
Yep.
A lot of local coin shops are actually not buying junk silver, 90% constitutional, because some of the refiners are refusing to buy it now. They're just too overwhelmed. Are people able to sell it to SD Bullion? Is
Yes.
that an option?
Yes.
Okay. So what's the process like? What do they do?
Yeah, we have the 1-800 number on the website. I think you call in, you hit maybe three. There's a voice recording that says
Yep.
press one to buy, two to this.
Okay.
And you get a hold of a rep. Ideally, we answer the call as quickly as possible, and we give you a quote. Premiums on 90% on the buyback are as low as I've ever seen them, just to kind of get in front of that one. And that's a byproduct of refiners and general market participants being so full of 90% that they don't really know what to do with it, and they can't turn it into, I guess, cash pretty quickly. That doesn't really scare us. We're holding the metal anyway, so we're still content to buy it. But the question included the term, or like the caveat, that some refiners are not taking it.
Right.
I would clarify that almost all are not taking it. In fact, I don't know who necessarily would. There may be 1 to 2 places in the world that would even be willing to take it, and even then, it's not like you can just call up and do it. So almost everyone's not taking it because, again, the cost in the short term, costs are too expensive, and refiners are backed up on needing to produce for every other market participant, in the world.
I have a couple super chats I'm going to bump to the front here in just a second, but follow up to the selling silver back to you and what goes on operationally. Do you check everything? If I gave you a
Yes.
bag, everything, like silver
Yes.
quarters and
Yeah,
everything.
which should give you confidence whenever you're buying from SD Bullion that we've inspected, and we look everything over and we test it. And we
By
have
hand.
experts looking at it.
By hand?
Yeah.
Oh, my word. That must be so time consuming.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of points to, if you're buying a bunch of material back, and we're probably buying 4 times more than normal back from the public, maybe more, then that just takes roughly 4 times more processing times and hands and space to do it. But figuring it out and going as we do, and adjusting on the fly.
I
But
worked just for a little while with Tim going through junk silver. My hands were black afterwards, and it took forever to get through it. But
like you're a
good for you.
mechanic, yeah.
I know, right? All right, real quick ones, right? Super chat, $5 super chat from Ron Navy. When it comes to trading silver for gold, can you trade generic rounds and bars, and can constitutional silver be used to trade?
Absolutely.
All
It
right.
just depends on who you're doing the trade with. If they'll accept it, we certainly will.
Another one here from Josh Kellogg, $10. When silver
okay.
breaks $100, do you think the AP News app will do a push notification? I'd be surprised.
I doubt it.
Yeah, I don't even. A lot of those entities are just out to lunch. They're not paying attention. They don't know. So no, I wouldn't count on it. That's fine. It'll be popular enough that you guys were talking about your friends and peers from way back when contacting you. Just wait till silver eclipses $100 or gold eclipses 5,000. Then, man, gold's on a tear too. Then we're gonna just. That's gonna be a lit match, kind of thrown in the vicinity of a bucket of gasoline.
Yep.
Oh man!
Wow. Thank you for the $10, Josh. Appreciate it. Had my awakening in late September. Thanks to Yankee, Tim, Dragons, Harry, Adrian, and SD Bullion for my first ever silver and gold purchases. To the moon, you guys rock. Thank you so much, collecting cardboard. Wow, that's really neat. That makes me feel good. Thanks for the $5. Ooh, look what Joel wants to know. Did you see that
Let's
one?
see. Is there any chance of opening another SD Bullion location, say in Grand Rapids, Michigan? If you did, I know you would get at least one applicant. Are you guys looking to expand at all, Cole?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. We're continuing to look for talent, right? I mean, it's always, is it a good fit for them, good fit for us? But yeah, our facility is up in the Toledo area. And so a new location, no, I mean, we have a good spot where we're at, and we really like that, and it has plenty of space for us to kind of do whatever it is we need to do for a long time. So that's a blessing, and we don't have to be looking at it. You go to some people's facilities in the space, and um, you know, not all facilities are the same. I think we're really lucky to have what we have, and I'll just kind of leave it at that.
Ooh, yeah, we're getting some green candles now. Trying to go
I
back
know.
up. You've
We're
been
seeing
watching it.
some
Did you
movement.
see some movement there?
And
Okay.
Tiger Stacker said we would not be having this bull run
Oh,
if Yankee
brother.
would quit buying out the Comex and LBMA.
Yeah, right. Dude, thank you. I appreciate that, Tiger, that $5.
Yep.
Fortnite glitches. Did you see him? His
I
comment
didn't know. No.
in the questions. He says, I am 21 and new to stacking. I filled my first tube of Buffaloes, and I'm
That's
looking
sweet.
to start, I know, right? A new thing. Is now the time to buy things like Eagles and other premium options?
Yeah.
Oh boy, you guys want to swing at that one first?
Look,
He just
if you're
started.
just
He just
starting, you
started,
only have
yeah.
20 ounces.
Right.
I think my first, 40 or 100 ounces were all generics.
Yep.
So I think you could keep going that route. But I mean,
Yep.
there's nothing wrong with getting Eagles. Sure, it costs a little bit more. But, in general, I've always said for an American stacker, you want a portion of your stack to be generics, a portion of it to be Eagles,
Mhm.
and a portion of it to be in constitutional. So any of those three categories that you're buying in, I think you'll be fine.
Yep.
I think that's a good breakdown, and just be water in the sense that try to look at where value may be from a premium
Mhm.
perspective, and be completely willing to go there. That's why I'm banging the drum. You know, if you had me go buy some silver right now personally, it almost guaranteed be 90%. It's a zero
Mhm.
premium.
Right. Right.
Fine, done.
I agree.
No brainer.
Yep. And there are times when we would steer you away from Eagles. I can think of a time, what,
Sure.
3 years
Yeah, when it
ago,
was a
right?
double, double
Exactly.
spot premium, yeah.
But
But now it's
now,
moderate.
exactly. All right.
There was another
What
super
else?
chat,
Ooh.
Steely.
Wow, lots.
In your
Very nice.
opinion, what is going to have to happen to get a correction in gold and silver?
Ooh.
Um,
Stock market crash?
yeah, I'd say that would drive some margin calls and get some money out, but this price run's gotten money out anyway. So, man, it would have to be a huge bucket of water poured on the geopolitical
World
variety
peace.
of topics. And so, yeah, it'd be a complete calming of anything geopolitical, in an overwhelming calming. But uh, well, I just don't really see that happening anytime soon. Certainly not with the people involved.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, man, I do think the pace of this rise strengthens the argument that a correction is more likely at some point, which would be normal, which would we need.
Yeah,
I would not. I think it would be bought pretty quickly. I know I would be buying any
yeah,
significant correction right away.
sure.
Right
Yeah,
away.
I mean, the
it would be
charts,
nice.
the
Yeah.
charts and history tells us that that's, like you said,
Yep.
normal.
Yep.
So I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, look, I would see that as a buying opportunity in the same way that I still see this as a buying opportunity long term. It feels high because you zoom out and you look to the left and you're like, there's no support. Like, now what? Well, okay, great. Like,
Yep.
keep digging, keep learning. You'll probably be a little bit less frenetic in that analysis, and you'll understand, like, okay, relative to other goods, relative to the gold silver ratio, relative to all these other things, there's still a lot of upside in both metals, and it's always been a lag indicator. Like, precious metals are always kind of, relatively speaking, the last one to the asset class party of price going up, and so now that the the music's going,
Yep.
the spotlight's on, you're on the dance floor. It's like, don't assume the party's over.
I know. More super chats came in. By the way, Fuzzy had he dropped 2. Thank you to
Wow.
remind me. He said you skipped mine. I'm sorry about that. I am predicting that at some point silver will be 15-1. So he's thinking of GSR
Whoa.
15-1. Like he
be-
said, 7,500 gold, 500 silver. What's your take?
Boy,
Not impossible.
Not impossible.
historically, it's tested that.
What's the well?
Oh, can you imagine?
30s to 1, right? Didn't we see that? Not
Yeah,
Yeah,
in
this
2011, it
Yeah,
went down to
2011, right? Yep.
about 30 to 1, yeah,
Yeah.
for a day.
I
Man,
should know this
15
top
to
of head
1.
better. 15.
You got to go back to the bull run in
Way
the
back.
1980.
80s.
It
Or did
briefly
it?
did hit 50. Yeah, no, it hit 50,
Yeah.
15 to 1 very briefly. Yeah. When the Hunt brothers were buying it up.
Okay.
That was the bottom, yeah. Or the top.
Yeah,
I should
the
say.
important thing to note is the individual, retail activity is not going to materially, people acting on the 40 to 1 or on a 30 to 1 or something isn't going to make it on a what was it, unobtainium, your word?
Unobtainium, yeah.
For like an extended amount of time. There will be opportunities still at those points, and so to get your way into it. And so it's not like everyone waiting on a certain number means if you're waiting on a different number, you just completely miss the boat. Not necessarily the case. There's always going to be an opportunity to kind of participate until we see gold for worth 5 figures and silver worth, like you said, north of 500. In which case, if you got it, great. You're probably not selling it, and if you don't, then you missed out on the trade of a lifetime.
Yankee, can you pull up the SD Bullion chart for silver?
Yep.
It is 16 cents away.
Dude,
just
look
take a
at
little
that.
look-see. Take a little
99.84. Go.
I'm just saying, dude. It's like I'm freaking out over here. I don't even know, man. I don't know.
I'm trying to get the day. There it is.
Something's happening.
Something big.
Something's
99.84.
happening.
All right.
I mean, we could wake up to the thing is like Silver King moved $10 in a day.
Yep.
We've seen it. We could wake up to 110. As I said before, we could wake up to $90 silver. I think that's less likely.
Yep.
But something crazy's happening right now.
We got to get a few more in. There's so many super chats. Magic Media, thank you for your $5 super chat. And then Bo, $10 super chat. Is it possible to have an in-person silver to gold trade with SD Bullion? I don't think that is possible, is it?
No.
Not probably in the way they're describing.
Okay.
For people that are local and for people looking to do larger transactions, we do accommodate those requests, and we have to schedule them, and we have to do.
Okay. So it's going to be a
different
big
process.
Big one, right? A whale.
that usually is the criteria to allow it to happen pretty quickly.
Yep.
But it's kind of a separate process. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those kind of in the never say never. On a smaller scale, I don't think that's really something we could accommodate in the short term.
All right, Jojo, super chat at $5. Thanks, fellas. Let's go triple digits. Thank you for the super chat. And also Magic Media, again, $5. I have 130 ounces of silver. About 50% of that is art bars. I didn't pay an art bar premium, but I feel as if I have too much art bars and not enough generics. That happens, right? Stackers look at their stack sometime and go, I think I don't have good balance here. It happens, right?
You know, one thing I will say, Yankee, I've been going to my local coin shop and I've been trading my generics for all of their really cool dragon things that are coming in, and they're happy to do it. They want to do it. I'm
cool.
literally giving them buffaloes
That's
and I'm taking dragon coins.
That's awesome, dude.
And
You
it's
have
a straight trade.
Wow, that's fantastic. A lot of places don't do that. You got a great LCS, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think now is kind of the time to look for the fun stuff, I think.
I agree. A few more questions, and then we're going to get to the giveaway in another 5 minutes. The link's at the top. The keyword?
Awakening.
Awakening. That's right. Go to that link. Go to it. Leave a comment. Put it in there. All right. Anyone stacking goldbacks? We've talked about goldbacks before. Not stacking, maybe a little collecting.
This is SilverPros.
This is SilverPros, right?
If you're looking for price action, exposure to the price of gold, then probably stay away from that. If you want to actually barter with them, then you can look into it.
Crypto Pimp wants to know, what is a good goal ounce wise for silver? We've talked about that on prior SilverPros a lot. I have my rule of thumb. You have your rule of thumb. We all have our strategy here, right?
Yep. Minimum is 40 ounces of silver. That's the starting place. And for every member of your family.
Yep.
So for me, I got, 5 in my family. So I need, I guess, what, 200?
Yep.
But that's minimum, right? And then you go up from there. And Yankee, you have a thing where it's like how many years worth you need to live off of or something?
Right. My expenses for 1 year as a prepper stacker, I look at silver as a great potential barter and currency in a
So
worst case scenario.
barterable silver, you
Yeah,
need a year's worth.
all different types of silver.
Wow.
I'll borrow anything, right? So a year's worth is what I usually tell people to go for.
What's your goal, Cole? How much silver
Yeah.
do people need?
For me, I look kind of more at just a general portfolio exposure, and how am I weighted in, equities versus other asset classes, and whether I feel that that's appropriate. And so I've been tilting that uh, more so away from equities and more so into metals, variety of metals. There's a lot of exposure points in metal, but physical is by far the densest in terms of exposure. So there are windows in time, and we've produced James Anderson, our senior market analyst, does a weekly video Friday
Right,
on our
good ones.
YouTube, SD Bullion YouTube, and he does an excellent job. And we've kind of gotten into the topic several times, and I'd say he's definitely an expert on it, talking about evaluating precious metals versus, say, the S&P 500 for certain periods of time. If you look back over different bull and bear markets in history, and I'm personally of the opinion that we're in a window where there might be a higher than average performance for metals compared to the S&P for the next 5 to 10 years. I mean, could be completely wrong. Again, this is my personal opinion, but that's why I'm a little bit more willing to probably lean more heavily into it. So I'm not looking at it as a total, ounce opportunity, as like what's my possibility, and where can I get skinnier at other areas.
But
right?
you are looking at it as an investment in that category, right?
Yes, in this window, I'm looking at it as an opportunity. Correct. Yeah, I mean we had this conversation. There was, you look at any investment, and there was something we were looking at a couple months back. That's like, okay, there's quoting a rate of return, and my first question is, do I think this is going to exceed the rate of return over silver over the next 3 to 5 years, whatever the time zone was? And I thought to myself, no, so I didn't pursue that. And it happened to clearly, work out in that way, at least for now. If it could go down, but I'm okay to look at it in those terms. Traditionally speaking, and you'd look at it in different terms, like you were talking for different purposes. But there are times in history where it allows you to kind of think of it in more investment cases. And
I look at my precious metals primarily as insurance, not as an
Insurance.
investment, right? So I even have a financial advisor who is a stacker, very rare to find. And when we put together my tool and put the wealth portfolio together and all my, what I'm going for, I made sure that the gold and silver did not get categorized as an investment and did not show up into my investment total. He was like,
But it can accidentally be an investment.
That's true. It can. And I'm not saying it's wrong. But what I'm saying is, to me, I wanted that off to the side. That, to me, is emergency.
Right.
That is what if everything goes to pot, the silver especially. The gold, I look at it differently. But anyway, it's a philosophical, strategic type of strategy type thing. Let's see if I can squeeze in just a couple more really quick. What is going on with copper? A lot. All-time record highs.
All-time high.
Yep,
High.
you got it. It's
Yeah.
going way up.
Yep.
How much do you charge to store my silver? Harold wants to know. Can you give a real quick on that?
I think it's 0.29% per annum on gold, and then 0.39% on silver.
Okay.
As metal prices go up, that's going to be more and more of an attractive option for a lot of people. I'd strongly recommend it, because the stuff that you have maybe in your personal possession isn't going to be covered by a lot of insurance policies, which just kind of opens you up to different risks.
Do you guys think $5,000 is better spent on gold or silver right now? What do you think the safer investment would be? 5,000. I'm telling you, it depends on what you have in your strategy and your exit plan and your risk tolerance and how old and blah, 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 blah. There's so many factors. Sure. However, at $5,000, if you don't have any silver, you need silver.
That's true. But for me personally, like someone who has a decent silver stack, I personally would buy the gold.
Yep.
Just based on the gold silver ratio being at 50.
Wow.
Totally.
Gold
No,
on SilverPros?
I know. I can't believe you said that, Dragons.
I told you earlier, I've literally done 2 silver to gold trades this year.
I know.
I've never done it before my entire life,
So
but
I
I'm
had
seeing this opportunity.
So I had a coaching call last night with someone. It was a
Mm-hmm.
blast. For 1 hour, we talked about his particular strategy, and he asked this exact question. And I looked at him, and I was like, "How much you have? Show me, ball." And I said, "Listen, dude, right now, I think gold is the better play for you. Your buy ratio should be tipped more towards gold." But he had silver,
Yeah.
so yeah, I totally agree with you, Dragons. Definitely these
Okay.
GSRs. Yep. Whew.
Giveaway?
I guess so. I'm looking at 99.48.
How did we do on the sales,
8.4, sorry.
Cole? Are we where are we at on that?
Look at this price.
Yeah, we were talking about the 7 Deadly Sins set, the Awakening set. Again, 7 pieces, each containing 5 ounces, so it's 35 total ounces. Artist did an amazing job packaging, great job, individually numbered, releasing 1 per week for 7 weeks. But the set is the only way you can get all matching numbers. There's only 400 total matching sets, and the content, subject matter, is something that I think is awesome. I think we need to talk more about it in general, just in culture and in social circles, and so that there's small pieces of scripture related to each one. So anyway, but
That's
that's
interesting.
just yeah.
So you're
that's
not.
in the
So
packaging.
you're not celebrating sin.
No,
right?
it's actually really important to kind of find the balance there, because you definitely don't want it to seem like it's a celebration
No.
or putting it in a positive light or anything that would be close to it.
Very good
But
point.
there was this sketch artist who had a series of 7 sketches, and in each one he had a woman committing the sin, being tempted by a demon to commit that sin. And there was, which I learned, there's animals associated, more like going back culturally, kind of traditionally with each one, that you kind of see wrinkled in as well. And there's a unique common reverse of the Awakening where we have those demons incorporated, and it's the only piece that's going to see that design in it. And so definitely it's not celebrating it, it's trying to shed light on it,
Yep.
and expose it to a degree, and have it be a talking point, and what the Bible says about sin, because it's constant.
If anything, it's celebrating defeating that.
There you
particular
go.
sin.
Yep.
Sure. So
All right.
All right.
So Drew said that Yankees giving away a 100-ounce bar. That is not true. Not true.
what about copper? That'd be a lot to ship, though.
Larry says people think silver is hard to get. Wait till the gold to silver ratio falls into the 40s, and everyone tries to trade for gold. Gold will be unobtainium. Trade
That's
it
what they're
now.
saying, but-
I know. I hear you,
As
Larry.
Cole said, you could still buy it.
I know. And then there's a few more super chats we could just squeeze in here.
Yeah, go for it.
Let's see. I don't want to miss any because I'll get yelled at here. Here we go. Paper Silver is 93 years old, stage 4 terminal cancer patient on its deathbed, 1933 to 2026 RIP. Thank you for the $5, Fuzzy. And also, SD Bullion, are you hiring? El Macano wants to know with a $10 super
Wow.
chat. He says, I'm willing to move out of California and transfer my 401k to SD Bullion IRA. Just hire me, baby.
Yeah, I'd be wanting to get out of California too. I think we're actively hiring people in the fulfillment center, no doubt. So
Very cool.
That's in the Toledo area.
All right. I just paid $990 a night for a hotel room at a sports venue in Indianapolis. That was $299 a night 1 year ago. We need $5,000 gold and $100 silver to pay for the stuff. Frustration,
keeping up.
inflation,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
The buzzwords affordability. Magic Media, again, with a $5 super chat, said, so I should feel okay about my art bars. Wondering what I should do. I see them selling at a higher
I would
premium.
hold them.
Hold them. I would too. And I'd feel good about them.
Yeah,
That's
you're
fine.
not going to be able to find anything like that in the near term unless you're doing Dragons, going to a coin shop, or able to kind of thumb through someone's actual inventory. You know, it's going to be, for example, for us, like we would just have to kind of list it as a bar and let it go out the door, and customers win buying generics from us as a result of that, because we'd rather not set everything aside and squeeze every penny. Just let's ship orders. This would be a 1 ounce bar going to 1 ounce bars.
Can you just help me with the rest of the super chats, man, while I get this giveaway set up the link here and
Yeah,
everything ready
let me
to go.
try.
The giveaway will be a half-ounce
All right.
round.
All right.
Kind of
A
confirm that.
generic half-ounce round that we don't know, and you'll be a big surprise.
It'll be a
guy.
surprise. Yes,
Yeah.
one of those cool ones. All right, I can see. Excuse me. I can see. Let's see. People think it's. Oh yeah, wait till the GSR. You got to that one, and then it looked like there was one more super chat. Well, let me see if I can find this as you're pulling that up. When Dragon traded, Harry only had 1 ounce of gold. It's going to disappear. Yeah, I think if you're trading silver for gold on a local level, yes, it might be hard to do that trade right away, but like I could always, trade silver for cash and buy gold at SD Bullion.
Yep.
There's other options. You're just gonna have to wait.
Right.
If you want to do it right away, yes, it might be a little tricky, but there's gonna be a way to find the gold. I mean, for sure.
You don't need an address. You just need to the winner will need to email me at YankeeStacking@gmail.com. Give me your I'm sorry, you will need a mailing address in order to have it sent to you. All right.
Right.
Whew. I think we missed another one. Shoot. Is there a minimum amount of silver and gold you need to be able to take a loan out against? Look to have a down payment on a
Whoa.
mobile home. Thanks, pros, says Eric, $5 super chat.
Yeah,
Needs a down
that's
payment.
kind of
I'll loan it, huh?
completely kind of separate topic. I don't think we have time to kind
for
of get
that.
into it.
No.
There's ways to do it. Depending on what you're doing and how much and when, and it's just kind of a lot of different answers.
All right.
Well, you can look at the Yankee. Didn't you used to do private money? We'll get into that later.
Oh, private mortgage lending. I still do it. Yep. Oh, yeah. Well, I have a whole playlist on it on my channel if you want to check out private mortgage lending. All right. Let's get the comments, right? Here we go.
Yep, let's do the comments. We're doing the giveaway, guys. This is for the random half ounce courtesy.
And
of SD
hopefully they
Bullion.
put Awakening in the comment and not in the chat only.
Right, you needed to be
I've
in
told them
this
that many,
very
many times.
specific video. You had to put the word awakening. Yes.
All right, here we go. So 2,000 comments. Oh, man. Oh,
That's
yeah.
a lot of comments.
There it is.
Dude.
622 unique
All
ones.
right.
All right. Let's expand this out. And let's start.
Best of luck.
I think there's only one winner. So here we go. Here we go. Here we
For
go.
a free half ounce of silver.
Yep.
Let's see here.
A lot of awakenings.
I'm seeing some familiar names in there.
I know, right? Here we go. It's coming.
Oh, there it is.
River Bottom Brewer. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
River
And how do
Bottom.
they claim the prize again? Yankee?
Email
What do they
me
gotta do?
at YankeeStacking@gmail.com. And yes, include your mailing address and phone number for SD Bullion to be able to contact you if there's any issues. It'll come directly from them. So River Bottom Brewer, congratulations. All right. Woo. We did it. 10:04.
We did it, and we did not quite hit $100 an ounce at this point in the night, but the night is young,
did
and we'll
think
have
we
to
would.
wait and see what happens.
Didn't you think we would?
I kind of hoped we would, but
Me
I
too.
don't know. I think there's a lot of resistance, guys. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see.
I agree. I think there is a lot of resistance, but it will break through, guys. Don't you worry. It's going to happen. All right. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, what a blessing
ahead,
we're
Cole.
even able to talk in January about $100 silver.
It's 99. Who's complaining?
I
right?
know, right? It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Who'd have thought?
My prediction is so off, man.
Yeah, Yankee, you're gonna need to redo your prediction.
You can't, though. That's the problem. Once we lock in, we're done.
I still feel good about my 150 this year. We'll see.
Yeah, I really think you're going to do very well. My 120 is a little anemic, I think.
Could be there tomorrow, bro.
We'll see. We'll see. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Cole, thank you for joining us again. We really appreciate all your insights.
Thank you guys. Appreciate the opportunity.
And
All right.
don't forget that we will have SilverPros next month on Silver Dragon's channel. We're working on something special, right, buddy?
Yes, we have something incredibly special. I'm not gonna
Don't
quite say what it
don't
is yet,
say it
but
yet.
you're not gonna want to miss it.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate you guys joining us on SilverPros as always.
Stack like a pro.
Good night, everyone.